if you're considering opening your own practice right now, or in fact that you've opened your own practice right now, you'll be able to relate to this a little bit. Number one, when someone opens their own practice, they will normally do it because they will say something along the lines of, I just want to run the practice the way I want to do it. I want the freedom to take the time off I want to take, to work the hours I want to work. And that's my primary reason for doing it, because I don't want to be told what to do or how to do it. Here's the truth about that statement, is that all of us have to succumb to other powers that be, whether it's the marketplace. I've seen people that come to me that I want to open my own practice because I just don't want to adjust after whatever time. You know, our opinions of it are irrelevant. If you want a lifestyle business, a smaller business, you can maybe do that. But if you actually seriously want to make a dent in the universe and you seriously want to serve, you've got to have certain amount of shifts open. You have to have certain amount of available adjusting hours. You can fight me about this, you can disagree with me about this, and there's always exceptions. But I would never run a business on the perception that you're going to be the exception, because 9 times out of 10 you aren't. If 99 or 90 out of 100 very successful chiropractors work a certain shift pattern, I always go on the basis that they ain't gonna be no different for me. I ain't that skilled or that talented or that possess a power within me that's gonna put me on a different level to them. Don't assume that. Assume that if that's the average, the most of them are being successful with those hours, why would you recreate the wheel? There's a misconception about innovation. Innovation is a dangerous term within business. And I believe that people think it appears to be too sexy. No, you want to just copy what everyone else is doing that's being successful. It's called modeling. Robert Kiyosaki talks a lot about this. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is, if you're doing it because you want more freedom, because you believe that you're hemmed by the hours you have to work or etc., I promise you right now, you're in for a big shock, because there ain't no shock on your freedom like owning a business. Here's the truth, is you never have a day off when you own a business. You never have a proper holiday. Within the chiropractic industry, probably just about the highest point of experience with running a business, which is a profit-making enterprise that works without you. I'm about as free of my businesses as you can possibly be, non-operational in many of them. And we turn over millions and millions and millions of dollars. And I'm still looking at you as good as I've done that, better than just about anyone I know within our industry. And I'm at 9 practices, $7 million a year, multiple $7 million business, or multiple $1 million businesses. And I'm telling you that you never get a full holiday. You never get a full day most of the time off. You never, because they pop some email, etc. And I'm really good at this stuff. But if you're thinking that you're never going to get as much freedom as you were when you were an associate, from that perspective, where you got to walk out the door at 3 o'clock, at 1 o'clock, at 7 p.m. And yes, you had some challenges and some stuff you took home with you, but there's no comparison to what you have to take home with you emotionally and mentally when you open your own practice. So if you're doing it for freedom, you have to ask yourself that question again. On the flip side of that, there's a difference between actual freedom and being able to do whatever you want to do. If you thrive on being a person that wants to be able to do whatever you want to do when you want to do it, then you should go open your own practice. Heck, you know, I've just taken 3 months off. I just got on a plane, lived in South Africa for 2 months in the sun, and then went by the Maldives and Egypt for another month. It was awesome. But what you don't see is the 2 months prior to that and the 2 months after that, I worked pretty much every second of every day. But I was able to take 3 months off. And did I have to make up for that over time? I absolutely did. So don't be naive in thinking you're going to get more freedom when you open your own practice. It's just not true. You've got less freedoms. You've got, all of a sudden, people are like, I don't want to have to answer to anyone. You have to answer to someone, because more likely you took a loan, like most people, you have to answer to your bank manager. You have to answer to your landlord. You have to answer to the monthly payments on the equipment. You have to answer to your staff. A great analogy is you work for your staff. You work for in some way you work for your team members, not the other way around, because guess what? They have to be paid. So you have responsibilities, more responsibilities, which in some worlds, people might tie it to freedom. you'll have more responsibility than you ever had, which gives you less freedom in many ways. So I know business owners that are doing payroll while they're sitting on a beach in Thailand and they think that's freedom. That's not freedom, right? Because you never get time off. But if you're an associate, you do get those times off. Go right back to my original point. The key of it is, there is no right answer. It's about self-awareness. For me, that's heaven. For me, being able to take a week off just because I want to is heaven, even though I don't most of the time. For me, the freedom to do it is the thing for me, whether I do it or not, always is kind of besides the point. So I'm very self-aware with that. I always say I'm unemployable, and I hate having, if you showed me a schedule and I had the same thing in for the next 10 years, like I would shrivel up and die. I need a little bit more, that's why I love different businesses and getting involved in different things. So first point is, don't do it. If you're wanting more freedom, I understand your definition of freedom needs to be well defined, and you're going to get a lot less freedom if you open your own practice in some ways, and you're going to get a lot more freedom in other ways when you open your own practice. But there's cost and there's compromise both ways. And I get people coming to me all the time. I want to open my practice. I want to put up with anyone telling me what to do. Or like, well, then you open it up for the wrong reason. Someone always tells you what to do. Whether it's a bank manager, a landlord, planning regs, a regulatory body. Don't do it for that reason. You've always got someone to account for. But if you want to do it for the absolute freedom of being able to pull the trigger and just close and do whatever you want to do, then you're probably more suited towards a business owner. But that's point number one. Freedom. Define it and then know yourself, and then you can make a better decision. Hey docs, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you found it helpful. And if you haven't yet checked out one of my free books, New Patient Avalanche, how to get a ton of new patients into your practice, or Practice Growth Speaking Secrets, how to do lunch and learns and corporate talks, and how to get people to come to you for informational talks, click on the link below, grab a book. They're absolutely free. All you do is pay for shipping. I think it's $7.95 or something, and you get all the templates and everything you need and cool bonuses within them to fulfill those things like downloads, etc. Click on the link below, grab one of those books, and I hope it's helpful. See you soon.